Hi, I'm Christopher Dunnigan. This is HandmadeInVermont.com, and today we're talking about the Hubbardton Forge Henry indoor-outdoor pendant. So this actually is an outdoor fixture. You're going to see it in the outdoor section, but a lot of people use this inside, and the reason they use this inside is because there is a matching fixture, an interior fixture to this, but it has 4 sockets where the bulbs are kind of poking out below like that. This one has one downward facing socket where the bulb is just kind of down like that, and it's hiding inside of that shade, and a lot of people like that idea. So they often use this inside, which you can do. The only caveat to that is the finishes are a little different, and the outdoor version is not slope ceiling adaptable. But let's go back and get back into this again. So this is the 363010. Let's get into the size of the fixture body itself, independent of the rods it's going to be hanging with. Coming in 11.8 inches from the bottom of that to where the rods start, and then 23.2 inches in diameter. There's also some really cool sconces that go with this, and they're in the outdoor section as well, so go check them out. Overall height, distance from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling, what you can attain, 17.5 inches at its shortest, which tells me this can also be a semi-flush if you guys have enough ceiling height, all the way to 47.5 as standard product. That includes the rod you're going to get with this automatically. However, this is going to ship with 91 inches of wire, so if you guys need it to go beyond that 47.5, all you got to do is order more pipes, and these come in kits, so they're easy to do. Let's talk about a little bit more on that. Let's go look at the installations instructions. So that'll give us a better inside glimpse of the whole thing. So if you're on the page for this on Handmade in Vermont, look over on that side of the screen. Midway down, you're going to see a link. It's going to say, click here for installations instructions PDF. It is going to show you a full parts list. It's going to show you the story with the pipes, how they screw together. We'll go over that in a second. You're going to be getting 2 pieces of the 12, 1 piece of the 6, which is right here, 1 piece of the 3, which is right here, a whole bunch of these little connectors. These guys are threaded. Threading on the inside of the pipe, threading on the inside of the pipe there. These are threaded, goes together pretty simple. We'll talk about it in a sec. However, I'm going to show you something else. On that page, you're going to see there's a chart, and that chart is going to show you which overall heights you can attain from the bottom of the fixture to the ceiling by using which combinations of pipes. And again, if you guys have to go beyond that 47.5, best thing to do would be to drop me a quick email and tell me what you want to do, and then we can kind of go from there. If you got to go way beyond 91, then we can do the same thing. We do custom lengths. It's not a big deal. Email me and I can walk you through it, and we'll talk about the other kits of pipes. So why don't we talk about how to put it together? Very simple. You're going to put down a blanket on a table. You're going to put the fixture that has going to have the wires coming out of it and the socket down below. That's going to be at one end. You're going to figure out from that chart which combinations of pipes you're going to need, and you're going to kind of lay them out on the blanket, and you're going to fish those wires simply, and it's really quick, through the pipes. So through a pipe, through a connector, through a pipe, through a connector, and you're going to exit that canopy that goes on the ceiling. And then you're just going to screw them together. It takes just a second to do that. So you put them like this, you screw them together like that, boom, done. Look how clean that looks. You can barely even see that there's a seam there. It's awesome. Canopy up on the ceiling is going to go over your standard 4-inch junction box. This is super light. It's only 4.4 pounds because you remember that outdoor fixtures are aluminum. So it's going to go over your J-box easily. Canopy is 5.5 inches in diameter, and it's flat, so it's really great. Again, it's not slope ceiling adaptable, so remember that in case you need to go there. Best thing to do would be to drop me a quick email on that. Even if you're using it outside, we can kind of go over what you can do. Okay, moving on from there, why don't we talk about what's going on inside of this as far as lamping goes. Using medium base socket, facing down, we know. Medium base sockets take medium base bulbs, just like this guy. Easy to find. If you want to stay with an incandescent, the old school, it's going to be 100 watt max. You can do that without a problem. If you want to go LED, this is an LED, it's pretty cool. There's all kinds of cool ones you could do. I don't expect you to do something like this because it's not very pretty to look at. And I don't expect you to do exactly something like this. This is like a par 20, which you could do, and that'll focus a lot of light down. You might actually have this like above a barbecue, and you need a ton of light coming down on it or something like that. But when you look up at it, this thing would do the job. So this is a 50 watt equivalent LED I got from Amazon Basics, and it just screws in. It's in the color temperature of the color I like of the light, and good to go. But you know, these things are more pretty to look at, so you could do all kinds of things. You could do the old-timey looking versions of these where they have a little point on them, and they are called Edison bulbs. You could do that. Or you can just buy these, and these are easy to get too. These are the phosphorus versions of LEDs that are out now, and they look kind of old-timey to me, so I think they go great in this fixture. And I got these at Home Depot, but I also have found these at Walmart and Ace Hardware and True Value Hardware in my town. The Walmart ones I found up to 150 watt equivalents, which is pretty amazing for a A19 bulb, just so you know. But anyway, all that aside, you want to do a couple things. You want to make sure that you buy them in the color temperature that you like, and that can range. 2700 Kelvin is going to be super yellow and kind of on the orange side. Way on the other side of that is going to be something called daylight, which sounds like it should be warm. It is not warm. That's that bluish white hospital waiting room light, or like an overcast day. That's going to be 4,000, 5,000 Kelvin on the Kelvin scale. What we like to use here is 3,000 Kelvin. That's going to be the nice warm light that's coming down on this table right now from these LEDs above. So I would probably recommend just, you know, maybe hitting any kind of hardware store, or even online if you want to go on any website that sells bulbs. Do like a 3,000 Kelvin 60 or a 75 watt equivalent. That would be probably more than enough, or maybe a 100 watt equivalent if you want to go there. And get it in the color temperature you want, like 3,000, like I said, and get a dimmable version of this. That's going to be pretty important for you. Hubbardton Forge only uses aircraft-grade aluminum to make their outdoor fixtures. Aluminum holds up the best in incredibly harsh environments. When you're out and you look up in the sky and you see all those jet airliners running around up there, those are all made out of aluminum for a reason. And part of that reason is it holds up great, like I said. It also forges beautifully. It holds finish beautifully. It doesn't rust. Remember that. It's very important. And they're virtually indestructible when they're all finished. So how Hubbardton does it is they take the fixture itself, they're going to wire it up at the top, they're going to put a wire at the bottom, they're going to send a current of electricity that's going to go through this fixture, making it positive, and they put it into a spray booth with a picture of the woman next to me. You can see she's spraying finish around it, and because it's positive, it's going to adhere to every nook, every cranny, the top, the bottom, the whole thing. After that, they're going to take this and they're going to move it into an oven. That oven is going to melt all of that down and create a very hard shell. So it makes it, again, virtually indestructible. So they've also tested these things in these wind chambers. So they take the fixture, all covered in that epoxy powder coat. It's going to go into that chamber. They're going to shoot salty seawater at it at high velocity for hours and hours and hours, just like you were at the beach and you have like a hurricane coming in, which to me is going to be pretty much the worst environment you're going to run into. So after they tested these and found out that they hold up incredibly well, Hubbardton Forge offers basically the best warranty in the lighting industry. And you can see that on the page for this. So if you scroll down a little bit, there's a link, and click on that, and it'll show you the entire warranty and how it all works. Okay, showroom. Our showroom in Vermont has over 400 Hubbardton Forge fixtures. This is the biggest showroom in the world of Hubbardton Forge. No other showroom is like this. Hubbardton Forge doesn't even have their own showroom. They use this one. What's on display? We have a great tab on that. On those same red tabs, you're going to see a What's on Display page. So open that up. It's going to show you everything we have on display, and including which finish, which shade, all of those things, and what kind of glass it's on there. We're open every day except Sunday, 11 to 6. I'm here every day except Sunday from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time. We also have an amazing clearance center. Clearance center stuff is 75% off MSRP. It's returns, discontinued stuff, showroom samples. You have to come here to use it. Can't call us or email us about it, but it's definitely worth coming in to look at if you're in Vermont. Plus, you want to use the showroom anyway because there's just so much great stuff here to see. Our number in Vermont, 802-446-2400. You can email us 7 days a week, 24 hours a day. Love to answer emails, and it's sales@HandmadeInVermont.com. So when you order from HandmadeInVermont.com, shipping is going to be free to every state except Alaska and Hawaii. No tax if we ship out of the state of Vermont. And we're the only dealer with 90-day returns, no restocking fee. Nobody else does that. Some larger items are going to be non-returnable. It's going to be really important that you are looking at the fixture on that page and kind of scroll down under the description. It'll tell you if that is the case. And that's usually for really big, giant, huge fixtures, mostly that go out on pallets. Okay, That's it. Rush program. Let's talk about that. So rush program. Hubbardton Forge generally takes about 3 to 4 weeks to go out the door. That's production time before your transit time. You always have to add that on too. We offer a rush program that takes you from that 3 to 4 weeks down to a little under 2 weeks. It's a very small addition per line item. So if you have like 1, 2, 3 items, like let's say 3 or 4 outdoor sconces, and they're all the same size and they're all the same finish, that's one line item. So it's very inexpensive to rush those kind of things. Don't be afraid to email us and ask about that. Okay, so that's really it. If you guys have any other questions, let us know. We would love to see you in our showroom sometime. And thanks for stopping in.